Just had to put the light on. Where to start? Where to start? We've all got our own little bubbles of what we think is life. And every one of us, unless there are some blessed souls on the planet which you wouldn't want to take it away from, have our problems. Right now, for me, my problems take away my ability to find oxygen. But after 20 years of trying to deal with my problems through personal development, that's where I get to. I get to a place where I find no oxygen. But because I've been doing it for 20 years, what I know of the moment is that there is no oxygen in the moment. The truth is there's never been oxygen for the past 20 years or my whole life. And it's only now where I'm seeing the picture clearly I can say, yeah, there's no oxygen. Because right now, the only choice I can see I've got is to carry on. But the problems don't disappear by carrying on. When you find there's no oxygen, you sort of find that whatever it is in us as a human being that finds those problems difficult to deal with is basically told, and I'll use myself in this instance as an example, Gabriel, you know there's no oxygen now, you know the situation now, and really in truth, you know there's about 3 weeks of excruciatingly hard work life has put on top of you, on top of the past 2 times that has just happened. So in other words, my life went, here Gabriel, here's 2 weeks of excruciatingly hard work. That hard work, well, you thought you were in hell already. You thought you were in hell already. And here's an extra 2-3 weeks of excruciatingly hard work. The mind could not get itself up to dealing with that. When you're weak and exhausted after trying to be a good person and trying to do the best in life, and life just turns around for no reason and says, here's 2-3 weeks, you didn't need this. So you accept it the first time. And it happens the second time, and because you've just gone through it, you see it clearly that it's going to be even harder. But there really isn't a choice but to just get on with it. Otherwise it's going to be even worse. And it happens again. In a short space of time. And it's still the same situation. If I don't just get up and get on with it as I know and start remedying the problem, there's just no room. We're talking about the pressures and pains and real horribleness that is that situation, and what it would mean if I don't just get up and carry on. It's unthinkable. It's unthinkable. So I get up and carry on. Smoke and coffee, straight away. Okay, I've got my smoke, I've got my coffee. What next in this place where I'm in, where there's no oxygen? I need something to focus on. Let's have a look on my phone on YouTube. That's what my life is. So I'm looking on YouTube and it's the same thing. Israel. Israel are a horrible aggressor. They're a horrible aggressor that have used October 7th and October 8th to go into action. It's understandable that they would go into action over it. They need to get their hostages back. But unfortunately, Israel is very aggressive and they just don't know when to stop. At the moment, Hamas doesn't exist. They're going to sign a ceasefire with Hamas, and Hamas don't exist. In the past few months, the only thing that I've heard that Hamas have fired a rocket or a missile, they blew up a bulldozer in Gaza. Not in Israel, they didn't fire the rocket at Israel, they fired the rocket at a bulldozer in Gaza. Every day I turn on the news and there are airstrikes across Gaza. Who are you bombing, Israel? Who? You're just leveling the buildings. How many people are you killing queuing up to get food? They're queuing up to get food, unarmed, and you're shooting at them. What are they doing that deserves gunfire? Queuing up to get food. Oh, they're starving, they're screaming this time. Let's shoot them. I call you Happy Trigger Israel. Somehow got a command to the army in active service is Happy Trigger. Happy Trigger. These are dangerous people queuing up to get food. Do not feel afraid to fire. Think about it. I've got a gun, you're being a bit irate because you really need food, and Israel have, it sounds like they've made a joke of the aid situation. They've made a joke of the whole situation. You took 100 odd hostages, we'll take your whole country. Just arrest them. Just arrest them. It's not difficult. You don't need to kill anybody. No children need to die. No more bombs need to be dropped. If we're real with what that means to this world and this time, that a country can be so free to time after time after time, massacre. I don't know what the line is for genocide, but to me, these are people queuing up for food. You have the possibility to arrest them, and you're shooting at them. Please, for your own sanity, get over World War II, because at the moment, it's looking like the gas chambers of World War II. That's not right, is it, what happened in World War II? You know that, I know that, we all know that. But what's the difference? They're queuing up for food and they're dying. Alright, not every single one of them. Is that the difference? And not in such a disgusting way. But you're touching on your own wounds there, Israel. There's a real sickness there somewhere in heart and mind. Please stop. Please stop.